So the launch of Discovery Sport, a crucial launch for the Land Rover brand. It puts a Land Rover vehicle right into the heart of the compact premium segment, a crucial segment which we see growing well into the future. Discovery Sport introduces a whole new design language for Land Rover. So here we have Discoveries with a far more contemporary, modern design, which we believe will appeal to far more people. So we have a customer group that are always ready for life's adventures. These are busy people, family people, very sociable people. So they're looking to get out, make use of all of their available spare time, having everyday adventures. And they want to do that with their families and they want to do that with their friends. So for that group, we have built the most versatile Land Rover ever. For example, it's the only vehicle in its class that has 5+2 seating. It has this breadth of capability, typically Land Rover, but not limited to off-road capability. So a whole series of features and design elements that ensure that the vehicle can fulfill all the needs of that customer group. We make vehicles that enable people to go above and beyond, to make more of the world. And that insight got us to a big idea for the creative campaign of adventure. It's in our DNA.
The campaign idea really came from us asking what sets this audience apart from others. So as we look closer at these individuals, one of the creative teams in particular came across something called the adventure gene, which is a real gene that 1 in 4 people have. And to me, it just seems absolutely appropriate for what we were looking for. What's fantastic about the idea of the adventure gene is we all want it. I mean, why wouldn't you? You almost feel a bit left out if you haven't got it. Clearly, it's bang on for Land Rover. It's one of those ideas when a creative team walks in that you immediately know is a big idea. It's got a long tail to it. It's going to work across all the platforms. It's going to get people talking. The chatter's going to start. It just instinctively felt the right thing to do.
So there were 3 core principles that we followed. The first was about feeding their sense of adventure and allow them to connect with others more easily. The second was that they are really busy people, so we wanted to create snackable content for them. The third principle was all about getting into their family adventure time. So we started with our own channel. So the aim was to allow our everyday actives to participate in various game scenarios that identified whether they had the adventure gene or not. The role of our earned was then to take our key influencers and ambassadors and for them to participate in the adventure gene test as well. The role of paid was therefore not only to amplify what was going on in our owned and earned content and our owned and earned spaces, but then to use our above-the-line advertising to drive awareness to Discovery Sport.
The OEP approach is all about integration. It's about all parts of the communications function coming together, understanding what the messaging needs to be, where our audience sits, how we need to reach them, and the best way to do that. At the centre of our strategy was our partnership with Virgin Galactic, a partnership that absolutely cements Discovery Sport's adventure credentials. We launched with a fully digital campaign, the first time in Land Rover's history. The first drives for media for Discovery Sport took place in Iceland, a place that absolutely cements Discovery Sport's adventure credentials. We also integrated our adventure ambassadors and we welcome groups of customers and employees for the very first time.
The Discovery Sport is so important for the overseas market because it widens the SUV segment for us and it'll help us reach different target audiences which we never could reach before. The campaign launch idea was so enthusiastically embraced by our overseas markets, primarily because the idea itself is so rooted in the brand core DNA. And in Russia, we took the car to 35 cities and reached 10,000 potential customers, and we got 5,000 leads. We had a display in one of Seoul's most premium shopping centers, and the outcome was fantastic. We actually got 100 confirmed orders, and these are really impressive numbers that we're proud of.
I think the big learning from this launch has been just how effective an owned, earned and paid through-the-line approach can be. So what we see is how powerful it is when you get reach plus engagement. I think maybe in the past we went for reach, but when you combine those two things, it's very powerful. I think the other learning here is that the media spend alone is not enough. It really requires that activation at market level. And the final thing I would say is that we are fortunate because we have this fantastic, highly emotive brand in Land Rover that people naturally want to engage with. It's a gift, and we can and should take full advantage of it. One of our most successful launches to date, fantastic upfront planning, great creative execution from the team, and fantastic activation by the markets. We've had unprecedented reach. We've had unprecedented engagement with our consumers as a result, and it means that by the time the vehicle hits showrooms, we've already established a very, very healthy order bank. A fantastic campaign.
Land Rover, above and beyond.